All right, so one of the biggest problems I've realized that I've had it with trading and trading prop firms, is being able to track some of the metrics in real time. For example, your current drawdown, um, especially with trading prop firms where they have rules like consistency rules, max daily drawdown. Those are things that we could miss easily and breach the rules and then blow the account. So because of this, I started looking online to see if I could find a tool that would be able to track that and I could see it in real time on my charts. Unfortunately, I didn't find anything that I liked or that would give me what I wanted. So I decided to build my own. So in this video, I'm going to show you the Trade Tracker Pro and how it works and give you some ideas on probably some of the additions I want to do in the future. But so far it is, let's say 90% there of what I want. So if we look on the screen, I just have MetaTrader 5. So if we open up the navbar and I throw the Trade Tracker Pro on, now I will run through the settings here. First of all, if you go and you click on my name, it will actually pull up my profile on the MQL5 marketplace. So the tracker would be listed here. Under the inputs, now this is more relevant if you're trading for a prop firm, but even if you're trading your own funds, it is a good way to keep track of certain rules that you want to give yourself while trading. So let's say, for example, we trade in a 50K account and we have a daily loss limit of, let's say, 1100. So this is what you would enter here, 1100. The max drawdown on the evaluation, let's say, is about 2000. And the profit target for the account is 3,000. Now, these are just random numbers. These could change based on whatever you're trading. And the consistency, now, a lot of prop firms, what they do now is they say that you can't pass the evaluation in a day. You need to have consistency over a certain X period of time. So one of your largest days can't be more than whatever the consistency rule is for the total profits that you're looking at. So let's say for the $3,000 target, you can't have anything higher than 30% for one winning day. So if that is the case, you put in what that percentage is here. So it's 30%, 40%, 50%, whatever it is. These other settings here just adjust the panel itself, and these are for the sessions. So we leave that as is and we just hit OK. So let me start a run through it from the top down and kind of explain what we have here, what it does. So the top, it just has the name Trade Tracker Pro. It would show the account that you trade in. So this is my account with ACAP. It is live. Now, because the market isn't open, we're not getting a real-time update, but this would update in real time as the market goes. On the second line, we'd have average profits for the day, right? So this would be like a floating profit, including your open positions. This number here calculates the average realized profit based on the number of trades you took. So if you made $100 for the day, but you trade 5 trades, it would average out at about 20. It would show how much wins, how much losses, and then this shows the total profits that you made for that day. And at the bottom here, it shows the floating unrealized profit or loss for that particular trade. Now, the equity curve shows the equity curve based on the settings that you currently have up. For example, at the moment, we're looking at all the sessions. So we have the Asia session, the London session, and the New York session. So we're looking at all the sessions. And we're looking at the day. So this D represents the current trading day. Today is Saturday, we have no trades, so it doesn't show our equity curve for today. But if we go to L, it shows the lifetime of the account. And it shows all the trades taken from the start of the account until this given point. So from here now, as we have L selected, we could head across to the sessions and we could say, well, how much trades did I take during Asia and what the performance was? So you could see the equity curve adjusts and it shows, well, okay, so for Asia, we made $254. If we go to London, we didn't take any trades during London. And then New York, we made $81, and these are the trades that we took. So that is what that particular feature means. Now, S is for strategies. This is built for if you do algo trading and you have multiple strategies running. what this tab does, it actually pulls the data from the strategies that you trade. Now, instead of looking for a magic number, which is just a number, and then, I mean, you may forget what the magic number relates to. What it actually does instead is pull from the comment. So if you build your own bots and you add a magic number, you could add a comment after the magic number that has like the name of the bot. So it would actually display here what the name of the bot is, and then it would show the curve. Now, since we have no bots, it just pulls the default data. But if you have bots trading, it would show what the comment for the bot is. Now, symbol, if we go to symbol here, we're still on all sessions. We go to symbol, it shows all the symbols that were traded on the account. So we have the NASDAQ, the Aussie CAD, and the US yen. So if we click on the NASDAQ, it shows now the equity curve for the NASDAQ on all sessions. Now we could also do the NASDAQ on Asia, the NASDAQ on London, and the NASDAQ on New York, which is one trade alone. We could also do the CAD. So this is the CAD on all sessions, Asia, London, New York, and the US yen. New York, none, London, none, Asia, we have one losing trade. You could see the losing trade here, and we go back to lifetime. Now, another thing that I built into it is being able to export data that you can review later on. If you do your reviews using Excel, you could do that. So first of all, let me show you where that goes. If we go to File and we open the data folder, and then we go to MQL5, there's a folder in here called Files. Now, if the Files folder isn't there, the first time you do this, it would create the folder and then save the file in there. So I deleted everything, so you can see this is an empty folder. All right, let me close it, and I will click CSV. So what I just did now is it exported all the lifetime data from the chart and then added it to that file. So if we go back to open the data folder, MQL5 files, you can see now we have two files inside of here. The first file is Excel, right? So this shows all the trades, the positions, the lot sizes, the direction of the trade, the prices, the profits, and what session it was traded on. And the other thing you get to is this file. So when you click on it, it shows the equity curve for the account, and it just gives you some stats here. Okay. So let's head back to MetaTrader. So that is the panel to the side. At the bottom here, you can see some information. So this will show the number of trades. Now we're on L, so this shows the lifetime of the account, the number of trades, the win percentage, the best trade, the worst trade, and the total net profit. If we are on daily, it doesn't show at the bottom because this is basically the information to the top here, right? And this information to the bottom changes depending on if we select different symbols. You can see they change relative to that symbol itself. Now, if you recall, when I first put the indicator on the chart, we had to enter some information like the max daily drawdown, the max overall drawdown, the profit target, and the consistency rule for the account. So that information is displayed here. So you can see the daily loss 1100, the target is 3000, and consistency is 30%. Now it automatically does this calculation here to give you what the profit would be for one day in order to not exceed the consistency rule. So the max profit is 900, so we wouldn't exceed that 30% consistency rule. And then the max drawdown is 2000. Now these numbers are displayed here in these three bars. Now each bar functions the same way, but it provides the information for that relative piece of data. So for example, the daily loss limit, right? Now we have no open trades, the market is closed, so you wouldn't be able to visualize this, but I'll explain what it does. So for the daily loss limit, we did enter 1100 here. So you can see here the daily loss limit is 1100. And as we start to take losers during the day, let's say we have a really bad day, I'm just taking loss after loss after loss, this bar will start at white and it will start to build up. And as it builds up, this number here will change to show you what your current loss is at. Now, once we hit 50% of the bar, it turns yellow as your first warning to let you know, well, here's what, we are 50% of the daily loss limit, we probably need to reduce our position size or probably stop trading for the day. When it gets to 80%, it turns red and the warning increases and tells you to stop trading immediately. Right? So this is just a visual that pops up on the screen that you can't miss. It color coded to catch your attention. And that same thing applies to the consistency rule. As you get to 50%, it hits yellow to tell you, well, okay, you're getting closer to the consistency rule. When it hits red, it is at 80% to let you know that you're getting close to breaching the consistency rule. Same thing goes for the drawdown, and this is from peak to trough, right? So that is how this works. Now, at the bottom, we have the daily P&L, which is here. And we have the profit factor of the account, the Sharpe ratio, and the lifetime. So the account, this account is just a 10K demo. So it shows the 10K plus the profits made on the account. Now, there is another feature that I added. Because I have no open positions, it would not display. But at the bottom here, it will dynamically adapt to show any open trades. So it will show what symbol is trading on and the profit and loss for that particular trading. So this would, you'll be able to keep track of this. So if you have multiple instruments trading, you just need to drop the indicator on one chart and to keep track of everything. Now, this is an indicator. This is not an expert advisor. So you could place this on a chart with an expert advisor and keep track of everything in real time. So that is where we are. I know this was kind of a long video to explain this tool that I'm working on. There may be a couple of things that I want to add in the future that has to do with being able to execute orders directly from the panel itself. So you could set, if you are looking to risk a percentage of the account, and you're doing that percentage based on ATR or a fixed stop in pips. It's just some other thoughts I'm playing with. But for now, this is the Trade Tracker Pro. If you have any questions, you could leave a comment below. Any suggestions, let me know as well. So yeah, there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.